EA Sports. It's in the game.
Welcome back to Madden NFL 20. We selected your previous game options. You can change these options and accessibility settings here or at any time later from the game settings. Accessibility settings.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
A first-time Pro Bowler, here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. Fielded just inside the 20. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10.
You ready? Check 55.
Breeze now on 1st down. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Shotgun now for Breeze. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here's Aldrick Rosas now for the NFC field goal try. From the... And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Obviously, the minimum goal of any fake is to get a 1st down. I think, truthfully, when you're going for a fake, you're going for the big shot. You're going for the big play. But in this case, They got more than a first down, and now they're really set up.
Yeah, they got a big play out of it. You're right. Now they're knocking on the door. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his second Pro Bowl. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter as they come up now 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Breeze looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady, guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score, going totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The 2 punters, so Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen, don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus Not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
Ebron's got it. There he goes, left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Now Mahomes. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan with a sack, the former first-round pick in 2017.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a fourth and goal. Well, you know, it's hard for some of these guys to get on the same page because they've only been practicing together for a week, but these two, I think they're pretty familiar.
I would say so, right? You go back to OTAs, mini camps, preseason camp, games, the whole deal. They ought to know each other pretty well, and in an all-star game like this, key situations, you find someone like that who you know will be exactly where you think they're supposed to be.
And Myers able to knock it through, but hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points.
The field goal is good. Makes the score NFC 8, AFC 3.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at his 4. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That'll be Incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. A spectacular return of 96 yards. Great blocking in front of him on special teams as well as he takes it to the end zone. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The AFC takes over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This is taken at his 4. He's still fighting, and there he goes again. Past the 20. Touchdown! Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Now Breeze will bring his guys to the line to go for 2. This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his third Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a
touchdown! Tyreek Hill, 55 yards. And the AFC able to get a bit closer. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it. That makes our score now 22-10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with an AFC touchdown. This is taken at the 3. A beautiful fake. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now on 2nd and 16. Breeze is going to float this one deep right side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Breeze. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. There's Breeze. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. For Drew Brees, this is 12th Pro Bowl nomination, though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything.
And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Saquon